Hey, what's up guys, the Strong Boys 19 here, and it is time for me to return into this band's discography, Cryptopsy. After few years since I have reviewed None So Vile, besides that I have reviewed Blasphemy Made Flesh and the self-titled album, I am extremely late to continue this discography, but I will not let this discography be incomplete any longer. So, without being said, welcome back to Cryptopsy, and for this one, I'm going to be reviewing their next third studio album entitled Whisper Supremacy. So, Whisper Supremacy came out in 1998, and Century Media Records is the record label for this album, and it has 8 tracks. The album length from start to finish is just 31 minutes. Well, None So Vile is 32 minutes, so that's 1 minute extra of brutality. This is a different turning point for the band because Mike DeSalvo became the vocalist to replace Lord Worm's spot, and this is the only album to feature Miguel Roy as the guitarist in the band. I think Whisper Supremacy is an actual good follow-up to None So Vile. Obviously, it's not as perfect or as strong as the previous album or Blasphemy, no. But Whisper Supremacy, it can be quite an underrated album to some people. The band's signature tech death sound is still here in their material, and the songwriting is nothing very changeable, but on a couple of these tracks it does have some variation. Like, I'll give you an example. The track Cold Hate Warm Blood, that track begins at an unusual jazzy sound, and then the fade-in effect of Mike's voice comes in, and then the band explodes their aggression up to the max. There's been a lot of different lead guitar work, and surprisingly Lord Worm did the backing vocals for Cold Hate Warm Blood, and I didn't expect that at all. The songwriting is nothing very much big in terms of changing the styles, but obviously still has the fast riffing, the intense drumming, and some really impressive bass playing. The vocals from Mike on this album, I would say, fits in very, very well. Lord Worm's vocals are much better because he has a much stronger and powerful voice, from his screams to his low guttural growls, but from Mike's style of vocals with the instrumentation, I think it just blends quite well. The production of this album isn't really that special, although it is not bad. Quite a little bit thin distortion tone from the guitars. The bass guitar tone is thick and quite a wide, fat sound. The drums sounded alright, and the vocals sounded clear enough. The overall sound and the mixing, it is decent for what it is. Nothing like None So Vile, because None So Vile's production better and clearer. Top-notch guitar sound, drums, vocals, and just everything else from that album. It is just Cryptopsy at their very best. But for Whisper Supremacy, I will still listen to this album by any day, occasionally, if I feel like listening to it. So there isn't really much that I could say a lot more on Whisper Supremacy, but I think this is an album that I would recommend for you guys to enjoy. And like I said, it is a really good follow-up for what I think of it, and you know, that pretty much sums it up for what I think of this album. So it isn't 100% classic like the previous album or as Blasphemy Made Flesh, great enough album for what it is. And as for an album rating, I am going to give Whisper Supremacy by Cryptopsy an 8 out of 10. So let me know if you like this album down in the comments below. I apologize for the lighting in this video because it's getting quite dark. I should have done this video much earlier. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and for the next one I will be returning to Pink Floyd for the album review of Obscured by Clouds. Cheers guys, thanks for watching.